Now, last week, Israel's military forces intercepted 99% of the over 300 drones and missiles that were launched by Iran near the Syrian-Iraq border. And just one day ago, the United States granted Israel $17 billion in military aid. This package also includes $9 billion of support of those in Gaza, sorry, not Ghana, that's where my parents are from. Joining me to talk about all of that in Israel is performer and mystifier Uri Geller. Uri, welcome. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you again, Nana, for having me once again on your show. No, look, Nana, I'm here in my museum in Tel Aviv, and I don't know if you knew this, but I was friends with John Lennon. That was when I used to live in New York. Here behind me, I have some mementos of John, including, believe it or not, a pair of his glasses, which he did not like because they were not round. And by the way, I also have some of his hair, which means I have John Lennon's DNA. Now, John was a dreamer, and his most famous song was Imagine. We all know Imagine. This is an anthem about peace in the world. Now, we are in a very dangerous place now. The Middle East is in a state of conflict. But I was very encouraged to learn that America, as you said, has just voted to send $17 billion of defense aid to Israel. Wow, the relationship with America is still ironclad. Now, Iran will hate the fact that America is spending $17 billion on Israel's defense. But not only Iran, Nana, the protesters flooding the streets of London every weekend will also hate it. But before the usual critics start shouting about it, and there will be people in Britain, and no doubt, who will wonder why America is spending so much money on Israel. Well, let me tell you and your viewers some truth. Look, Israel, yes, Israel is on the front line of the Western world. We hold the same values as Europe and America. Israel believes in freedom and human rights. Israel is like a dam holding back the tide of Islamic extremists from flooding into Europe and the UK, Nana. Now, let me tell you what America gets in return, because people don't know. For $17 billion, let me tell you, it gets a partnership with the most technically advanced country in the Middle East. It gets intelligence, which saves American lives and British lives, if you didn't know that. It gets to do billions of dollars of trade, which creates Americans' jobs. And most importantly, it gets a stable and reliable partner in a region filled with chaos. But do you know what else? And this is what no one ever talks about. No American soldier fights for Israel. Americans do not lose lives for Israel. Israel always fights its own wars, and there are no American boots on the ground in Israel. Now, let me tell you this. In Japan, there are 50,000 American troops. In Germany, there are 40,000 American troops. In South Korea, there are 30,000 American troops. In Korea. The cost of U.S. aid to these countries actually dwarfs what it gives to Israel. And by the way, Nana, by the way, the new U.S. aid package, $9 billion, is going to humanitarian aid to Gaza. So the Palestinians, and the Palestinians benefit in a huge way. Do I have
very briefly? Yeah, you know, you've got about 20. You've got about 20 seconds.
Okay, look. The last thing, we talked about the missile, and I showed you this picture.
Yes, we saw that yesterday.
Wait, I'm coming close up. Look at the size of this.
That goes all the way back, doesn't it? Yes, we saw that yesterday. Uri Geller, it is frightening.
Missiles were launched into Israel. There you go.
Uri Geller, of course, always a pleasure to hear your thoughts and your views. Thank you so much for joining me again, and you take care of yourself. We look forward to seeing you next week.